Welcome everyone, my name is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way, and I'm just going to go through the markets and talk about what I'm seeing in the week ahead as we get to the end of July. Important earnings. This is a very busy week for earnings in the US. We've got, after the close on Wednesday, we've got Meta, Amazon on Thursday, and so on. Quite a few. You see, it's a busy week. There's a lot there. In the UK, not so busy. It's US jobs this week. So finals, nothing really significant up there. Filtronics one I'm following, so I'll look at that one. Taylor Wimpey, HSBC. These are interims. Hammerson and Rolls-Royce and so on. Okay, well, let's move on. One of the key things I'm looking at the moment is this dollar. So we've got a bottoming pattern in this dollar, and we are pushing up right through this 97 with non-farm payroll this week. So this could, so we've seen a nice steady fall here and this bottoming pattern. So if this is a cup and a handle, and we start to see this really fire up, this could really disturb and offset the markets as we get into summer doldrums and then come out into what is normally the most volatile time of the year. So if this falls off and stays low, then we can expect some further upside in the markets. But it's not a given, just because the dollar's recovering from pretty steep fall. Doesn't mean to say that the markets are going to drop, but it's something to keep an eye on, because it's still the world's reserve currency and it's still a safe haven. Let's take a look at the FTSE, because the trade wars, the tariff wars, are actually potentially benefiting the UK with a better deal, slightly better deal for the UK than Europe that's just been announced. So after this sort of 1, 2, 3 wave correction, after this steady push higher, we've seen a steady 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move to the upside. Any corrective waves into summer that holds 8900, then expect that to go and find 93,000 and potentially, who knows, maybe even wind up at 10 sometime soon. So all the time we're above these averages, don't short this market by pullbacks. At the moment, 9,000 is the obvious place to get in. We're 91.35 as we speak. Here, just coming up for 1 o'clock London time on Tuesday, the 29th of July. Okay, so let's have a look at the nasdaq. So the nasdaq is just grinding higher in this summer period. So again, 1, 2, 3 wave corrective move. Then we had this sort of head and shoulders type breakout. Spent the summer just grinding higher, not doing a whole heap. So we are very high RSI up here. And when a market slows and the RSI gets too high, we could be in for a pullback. At the moment, 23,000 would be a decent pullback, with the potential to do 23,800. So we could come all the way, well, I say all the way, we could drop 400 or 500 pips, and all we'd end up doing is come in contact with that. That's a 20-day average, isn't it? Yeah, 20-day average. Okay, so the markets are still holding up, they're grinding higher, but we've got a busy week in the US, especially with jobs capping the end of the week. Gold, so the stronger dollar is pulling the gold back. So if we close under 3,300, this could really see this march back to, who knows, maybe easily the 3,000 mark, and just under that 3,000 mark. Start to close above 33,400, and then I think we can break the highs, we'll certainly go back to the highs and potentially go and find that 3600. What do I think is going to happen? We're under the averages here. If we close back literally in the next day or so, close above that 3300, I think that could push higher. In the meantime, we stay under these averages, get under that trend line, and this is short term done. Wheat, I have to say, is looking lower here. A series of lower highs, just marginally higher lows, but we're under the averages, crossing the averages, looking as if they want to come back in towards 5.20, who knows, maybe even $5. So we're seeing this move here, and if that support breaks, we stay under 5.50, we could come and retest these lows and maybe even lower. That's not what I want to hear, but that's what I'm seeing at the moment, unless we get back above that 5.5. Okay, overall, UK is doing very well. Stocks like Prudential still grinding higher. That's a lovely chart. I thought it was a gift down there at 585. We're just under 950 now. If you're in it, stay put. If you want to get in it, see if we can come down and find £9. Right, Sabre. So a quick recap, Sabre is grinding higher as well. IQE is not doing it at the moment. If that starts closing out on 9.5, that could drop back to 8p quite quickly. EasyJet need to close above the obvious £5. So if this pullback works, close above £5, I think we can go and close that gap at 583. That gap is going to get filled at some stage, just don't know if we're going to go lower first. I am in that one. So go back to commodities, look at oil. Oil is looking a lot healthier. I think 65, 66 is a buy. Obviously 65 is going to be a lot better than 66. If we subsequently close above 68, I think we can go and visit these highs. So if I peel back, if we hit that resistance up there at 68 and close lower, we are done. But I think this is basing, and a pullback to 65 is worthwhile buying. Tullow, talking about oil. So I'm in this break even at the moment. If that closes above 16, I think that can go back to 21 plus. If it really breaks this trend line resistance, then I think we get up to 30. But it's got a lot of work to do first to prove itself. Alright, now let's go find the one I'm interested in. Very speculative. I'm not in this at the moment, but I'm certainly watching it. We've got a gap here. So this is MET1. MET1 was up at zoomed up to 55. We had a deep three-wave correction. So we're underneath. We're tapped underneath this support at the moment. If we close above this 6, I'm in. I'm not going to fill my boots, but I'm certainly going to be in. Need to see some positive volume here. RSI is down. We could so easily come much deeper into this gap, but if we start closing off 6, I'm going to look for at least a push into 20 on MET1. Very speculative, be very careful. Watching this Glencore very carefully. So we've pushed up into 325, we're lowered 212 down here on April 7. What do I look for? I would look for, I'm waiting for 290 on Glencore. That's 290. We broke up from here in 2nd of July. From 290 we went to find 329. If we see some volume coming up here, I will get in earlier. This is Glencore. So a nice move up. So the pattern I'm seeing is this lovely breakdown. As soon as we got down here at 212, we did a big sweep up into about 270. So we did a 1, 2, 3 wave move up into £3. Another deep pullback and another 5 wave move up to 330. And now we're seeing a corrective pattern, hopefully down to 290. So if we see the volume increase at 290, if we get down there, that is, and hold, then I will be in on Glencore. That's it for now. So I'm interested in Met1 and Glencore. We are in summer doldrums. Be careful. The US got a very, very busy week ahead of it, especially with non-farm payrolls at the end. So take it easy. I do hope that helps you, and talk to you soon. Bye.